Hello guys. So let's talk about our numbers from October, from the month of October. So before I start, I'd like to always preface by saying that first of all, I work like 1.5 days in the week. Okay, that means to say the numbers I'm giving you is just for a person who works one day, one full day plus one any other half day in the week. And secondly, I worked only on indrive, yeah. So that's was an experimental thing wherein I wanted to try out for, this app that says they only take 10% and there are no car trips, there are no promotions, right? So I want to see what the profit value looks like. And what else? That's it. That's it. So 4 weeks in the month of October, the first week, gross amount was 67K. In the weekday, which is the half day, was 26K. And then the next week was 63K gross, and then the weekday was 24K. Now, before I continue to the other 2 weeks, let me explain something here. In these 2 weeks, first 2 weeks, I had started my day with 20,000 worth of fuel. And well, you can imagine that 20,000 is not going to carry me throughout the entire day. So I had to stop by at some point to refuel. And I realized that my refueling often totals to about 50K in a day. Because what happens is I start with 20,000 and then after maybe around midday, because I start in the morning, so maybe around 12, I go ahead and buy another 20K. And then maybe 6 hours in again, I go ahead and add, let's say, 10,000 just to finish up the day. So it's, it feels like bits and pieces, but ultimately when I calculate it, it looks like I'm actually spending 50,000 on fuel. That doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Especially for the amount of returns that I'm getting. So I decided that for the third week, I wanted to start my day with 40,000. 40,000 seems like a pretty good amount in that if I put 40,000 into my tank, it really takes the gauge really high, right? So I decided to start with 40,000, and these are my numbers for the next 2 weeks. I started my day with 40,000 worth of fuel, and then these are my numbers. So on the third week, it was 81K on gross, and then 23K on a weekday. Then the next week was 79K on gross, and then 30K on a weekday. And I worked twice this particular week, and then the second weekday was 27K. All right. So lesson for you. What I came to realize was it's always better off to start your day with the total amount of fuel that you're going to need, right? And secondly, too, I also came to realize that it was kind of good. The experience going forward in drivers was it's kind of like interesting because there were no car trips, for a commission of 10.74%, I wanted to really see just how well this is going to go, and especially because the customer base is quite vast. So, talking about car maintenance or repair, I think I spent roughly around 10,000 in the month of October. Mostly just alignment and some tires repair or something like that. It wasn't even up to 10,000, but roughly around 10,000. So these are my numbers. I would really like to hear from somebody else. Please share your number. Share your number. Let's just